Hi, and welcome to Retirement with Jim. On this channel, we discuss retiring on a modest retirement income. And first thing I want to say is I am not a financial planner or advisor. So I look at my personal journey into retirement. So with that, we take a look at what it takes to retire on a modest income and enjoy your retirement at an early age. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So today, don't let fear stop you from retiring or prolonging your time working. Really, you have nothing to really fear, but as the old saying said, but fear itself. You can't turn back the clock of time. And time is the one most precious commodity, especially in retirement, that you can't get back. You can't buy, you can't get in any way, shape, or form. So you got to ask yourself, what are you making use of in terms of that time? Would you rather be working? I don't think so. I think you'd rather be out there enjoying your life and doing what you want to do. So you got to say to yourself, okay, what do I got to do to get started? So part of it is you got to go, okay, I need to do a little bit of planning. I got to figure out, okay, what do I need? So you look at immediately going, okay, you kind of maybe give yourself a target date, maybe 2 years down the road, maybe 3, but not a long period of time. And during that time, you're going to save. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, of course, look at your budget. You're going to look at, what are your expenses, and of course, then, what's your income? So where is your money going right now? You'd be amazed that, that some of the things that where your money's going to, that you really don't spend it wisely, and you can make better use of it. So when you think about it, you think about what can that money do for you maybe a few years from now. So you have to really start to give it some thoughts and some thoughtfulness as to what's the best use of that money. And on a long-term basis, where are you better served? So as you look at planning, you're putting a budget together. One, don't let others tell you don't have enough money. Your journey into retirement is your journey, not somebody else's. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. Look at what you want, what makes you happy. What do you want to do with your time? Do you want to travel? Are you just happy and content, just kind of being at home, and you maybe have some hobbies and things that you want to devote more time to and enjoy? Look at, for instance, if you watch any kind of YouTubes, what's your history? What do you watch that kind of brings you some enjoyment? Is it a hobby? Maybe woodworking, welding, traveling. There's really no boundaries, and there's certainly no right and no wrong. It's what do you enjoy doing? And so you say to yourself, okay, what kind of, with time and not working, you can pursue other interests. And maybe a hobby turns into something that you might actually make a little money at. But if you just simply do it for the joy of doing it, happiness. You can't buy happiness. And happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy, or you can choose not to. You can choose to be miserable, and go to work every day and maybe have to deal with all of the nonsense that goes on there. And sometimes it's just simply job requirements and things that, are just super demanding. Along with that, they become super stressful. And they usually are what pushes you to go, I got to get out of this. I got to get out of the rat race and go enjoy my time. How much time do you have left? None of us have a crystal ball. And so I guarantee you're not going to be at the end of your life and say, damn, I wish I had worked more. No, you did not. You know, so you aren't going to be wishing for anything of that sort. You're going to wish for more time. The thing that everyone, the only regret you might have is, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? And once you do retire, like myself, I kind of go, oh man, I'm amazed at the things I get to enjoy and some of the simple things that are out there. There's just pure enjoyment out of the freedom of choice. And choosing is not only choosing what you want to do, but it's also choosing what you don't want to do. What you don't have to do. I did a video recently where I talked about the I don't have tos. And the I don't have tos bring you a great amount of joy. So along with that, then there's more importantly, some of the things you say you want to do that you are going to get a whole lot more enjoyment out of, whether it's traveling locally or across the country. How many places have you wanted to go to, but you never had the time? You could never make the commitment because there just wasn't enough time, even on a regular vacation. When you think about once you retire, every day is a vacation, every single day. And it's amazing. You get up when you want to get up. You go to bed when you want to go to bed. You do the things you want to do. And you might be doing something and then suddenly go, you know what, I'm going to let this go and go do something else. That freedom of choice is just tremendous. And I can't say enough for it, that you will get to choose and have a lot of freedom in what you want to do. I love talking to people. I love spending my time chatting with people, interacting. It's enjoyable. It's fun to do, especially when it's not about work. It's about what you may be doing, what they may be doing. You can really venture out there and from a sightseeing standpoint, there's plenty of places to travel. I live here in Arizona. There's plenty of places to go here. And I love the warm weather, and I enjoy my time, out in the warm weather. It's wonderful, especially in winter. Oh my God, winter is just a real joy. And I would tell you that I moved here long before I retired because I said I want to go live where I enjoy it. That was the beginning of my journey to get to where I'm at now. But don't let fear stand in your way. Don't let it hinder your choices. You just got to say, I'm going to do it, and just get out there and go do it. Just do it. Once you do, you'll have no regret. It's like anything else. You will make whatever choices and adjustments to it that you have to. Once you retire, the funny thing is, one thing I find that I had to adjust to was the mode of spending money instead of saving money. Admittedly, it's a big choice. It's a big change. You spend your life saving money and preparing, and putting money away. And now, once you retire, you have to shift and go, I'm going to spend that money. And that's the whole purpose of that. And part of that is that fear of running out of money. Oh, I'm not going to have enough. And what am I going to do? You're going to make adjustments as time goes by, and you'll figure it out. That's all I'm going to say to you is you're going to figure it out, because once you do, you're not going to want to go back. You're not going to say, I want to go back to work. Now, maybe you find yourself that you say, oh, maybe I'll work a part-time gig. Well, nothing wrong with that, because a part-time gig, you pretty much can do on your terms. There's so many jobs and opportunities out there. You can find something. And as you're older, you have a lot of experience, and there's a lot of value to that experience. So, finding, a part-time gig, either to fill your time or a little extra money along the way, not hard to do. Many people do it. And it doesn't necessarily take away from your retirement. Some people will say, well, then you're not retired, you're still working. No, but you're doing it on your terms. And, that's still a wonderful thing, and it makes life quite enjoyable. So, You want to look at, what are you planning for? And start going, okay, give yourself a date, whether it's a year down the road, 2 or 3, but, don't make it too far off. Don't do one of those, I'm going to work one more year, and then that year comes and you go, I'm going to work one more year again. No, don't do that. Just give yourself a date, commit to it, prepare for it, do all the things that are necessary, bring your debt down, get rid of as much debt as you can. Don't have to be debt free, but then get out there and start living your life. Live your dream.